So hello everyone, thanks again for tuning in to the Chemicalguys.Eu YouTube channel. Today is all about windscreen cleaning and windscreen protection. With this all new Hydroview protectant for glass and for windshields, we should be able to let the water roll off as we go as from 50 to 60 km/h. But before we're gonna do that, we're gonna check out the status of the windscreen. And if we can feel already, and we've washed the car already as well, the windscreen is kind of rough. So I can feel under my fingertips a lot of contamination. I can feel a lot of debris. I can feel a lot of particles that have been embedded onto the surface of the glass, which we first gonna remove. So, and the more and the better you clean, the better the results of the Hydroview will be. I've tested it for myself already for a long time, and I really think the key is in the cleaning and in the pre-treatment after we're gonna do the application of 2 layers of Hydroview. So before we move on, we're going to start really cleansing and preserving the whole windshield, and after that I'm going to tape it off in the middle, and we're going to do one section with 2 layers of Hydroview and one section we will not do the application on, to give you a really good comparison as well. If you would follow us in our Instagram stories, then we will post regularly some posts on how the status will be after a week, after a month, after 2 months, after 3 months, and so on and so on. So you'll be updated on what the product really does. So enough said, let's go to work. So before I'm gonna start, I'm gonna lift up the arms of the wipers as well as wiper arms. And before I'm gonna start, I'm gonna clay the surface. So here I've got the gray clay bar. Here we go. It's the medium version. It's a little bit sticky, but we want it to be sticky as well. So all the particles and the contamination that is embedded on the glass surface will go into the pores of the clay bar. And as a clay lubricant, I can also choose Luber, but I love to choose the ecosmart, because the ecosmart you can purchase as a concentrate, and then you can dilute it 1:16, which is a very versatile product. While I'm claying, you can see my fingertips are over the clay, so I can perfectly feel the areas that I already have clayed. So here we go. Also go in cross direction to make sure everything will be super smooth. All particles are gone. Give it one last go in cross direction, and it feels already really soft and smooth under my fingertips. And as we can see, we see already some parts of debris that came off, like this part, like these 3 parts here at the bottom, this part, this part, this part. These are all particles that we're going to fold inside, and we're going to knit it to a clean section again, which I'm going to treat the left side of the car with. Same process, fingertips over the clay, so you can really feel where you've clayed already and where not. So also make sure we're going to treat the lower parts of the windshield and the top parts of the windshield, and then again we go in cross direction. And just to be sure, we're gonna give it one last wipe again to make it super smooth. So here we see the same kind of oxidation on the clay bar here and here, 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 here. So enough to fold back to a clean section and lay it away so we can reuse it for the other attempt. While this windscreen is still wet, I've got here a glass scraper. It's a Stanley glass scraper, and it's got a really sharp knife. You can also replace these knives as well. And I'm gonna give it a wipe with a glass scraper to make sure all contamination, everything that's still there on the glass, on the windshield, to give it a go and release it from the surface. Be really sure on what you're doing, because the knife is extremely sharp. So that means you will always let it glide over the windshield when it's wet, and you can feel contamination still left, the clay bar couldn't do, to make it super smooth. And like I told you guys in the beginning, the better the pre-cleaning is, the better the results of the Hydroview will be. So here we go. Sometimes you feel a little bit of this roughness, which will now being released from the surface, and otherwise it would still be there. And if there's any particle left, any roughness left, then the water will not roll as good as it can be, and with that you will get less results of the Hydroview. I also tried it myself, only applying Hydroview directly after the glass cleaner. I did it with claying and glass cleaner, and I've learned that this process gives the best result. Here we go. But like I said in the beginning, it still is a knife. Know what you're doing. Don't do it when other people are around you, especially when kids are around you. You want to do this as safe as possible. So when you're using the glass scraper knife, you're going to use it also in two directions, horizontal and vertical, also known as going into here. You can hear it, going into cross direction. Always make sure the surface is wet enough so the glass scraper knife can glide freely over the surface. Wiping down the clayed ecosmart. So the next step in this process is actually polishing the glass with the V36 polish. Here we go. And why is that? Because you sometimes have these small spots in your glass or in your windshield that you want to get rid of. And as I said, the more clean and cleans the surface is, the nicer the result will be. So here we're gonna go, and we're gonna give it a polish. Just done polishing, wipe down the residue, and then move on to the left section. After claying and after the glass scraper, we're gonna polish the surface with the V36, because I just want to be sure that also the smallest contamination will be removed from the paint. I'm gonna do this with a heavy polishing pad, which means the green one from the Hex Logic Quantum range. And we're going to use this one to really make sure the glass is squeaky, squeaky, squeaky clean. And with that, we're going to get good results on adhesing the Hydroview. Spread out the polish. There we go. And once the polish is spread out, I'm gonna speed it up to 5 on the Bigfoot Polisher to completely work out the whole grit range that is in the polish and until the haze is as good as clear. Here we go. To give you an idea, actually what we still removed here from the windshield, it's all gray and it's all oxidated. You can look at it here from the side. The pad was green and clean when I put it on the machine. So the V36 really does cleans the glass surface, and it's not just a gimmick. So let this one here. Where is a clean towel? Oh, here's my towel. So let me wipe down the residue and then move on with the rest of the process. So next step, cleaning the glass surface. I'm gonna do that with my waffle weave towels, the soft weave towels in blue and in red. And I always like to use my blue towel as my wet towel. So I'm gonna use this one folded, so it fits my hand perfectly, like this. And I'm gonna spray on the glass cleaner on the towel, not on the glass. Why is that? Because if I'm gonna spray it here, the A-pillars and other parts will be wet as well. Here we go. And I'm gonna give it a wipe. Clean off all the polish residue. And we can already see there is sort of a haze left. And that haze I'm gonna remove with my always dry towel, the red one. Here we go. You can also feel it's a little bit rough at the, rough is not the right word, but it's clean at this moment, so it's a little bit squeaky. Squeaky, squeaky. So I'll give it an extra wipe. Wipe it, baby. Wipe me, baby, one more time. Wipey Wim, yeah, just like Wipey Wim did. Wim is like the professional wiper. So here we go. Left side of the car as well. Cleaning with Streak Free Windowclean. Spraying it on the towel, not on the surface. Giving it that extra wipe, as I've learned from Wim, Wipe Wim, his famous Dutch wiper. Here we go. And I think we also should clean the inside of the glass, Jordi, but we're gonna do that later. So, lay this towels away. I'm gonna take a blue workhorse towel. I'm gonna make it a 4-fold, and I'm gonna use 99% alcohol on this, IPA. Because I just want to be sure the surface is as clean and sterile as possible before I'm gonna apply the Hydroview. Here we go. Also the top end, the sides and the bottom end. I just want it to be as clean as possible. Here we go. So those were quite some steps before we can apply the Hydroview. But this is what we want to have to ensure the longevity of the product in use. So now after all these preparations, it's finally time to apply Hydroview. So like we said in the beginning, we're gonna tape off half of the windscreen. There we go. And we're gonna focus on the left side of the windshield, giving it that one last wipe with alcohol. As we've learned from Wim. Wim is like our professional wiping buddy. Wipes everywhere. It does it nice and gently, by the way. So it's time to apply the Hydroview, and we wanna make sure that the nozzle is spraying, not streaming. Yes, that's what I want. So I'm gonna spray this on my applicator. I could also spray it on a towel and then flip the towel, but I like to use two separate products. So spraying it on the applicator, applying it. Here we go. Make sure to cover all areas as good as we can. Also in cross direction. Here we go. Then we're gonna leave it on for, let's say, 1 minute, so 60 seconds. And I'm gonna wipe it off with a clean workhorse microfiber towel. So wait 1 minute. You can do some WhatsApp messages or follow us on the Instagram Chemicalguys.Eu account. And then we're gonna wipe it in one direction. It's a little bit hazing, as I can see, which is not such a bad thing. So we're gonna flip to a clean side of the towel and we're gonna buff until we have a clear result. So all the haze is away. Here we go. Now, and at this moment, I'm gonna leave it here for 2 hours so it can dry optimally. And after 2 hours, we'll come back for layer 2. So 2 hours are done. Layer 2 is on. Spray it again on the applicator. Divide it. Here we go. I think I used a little bit too much of product. I'm gonna leave it again curing for 1 minute. Then we're gonna wipe it off again. As we can see, it's a little bit hazing, so we're gonna flip to a clean side of the towel to make sure all haze is gone. So then we're gonna wait for 2 hours. So leave the car dry inside, and we're gonna apply some water. And as we can see, the difference is huge. Wow, that's the kind of beating we want. There we go. Let's put the tape away. I would say it works. So that looks really, really nice. So, to sum all up what we did on this windshield, which is quite some work if you want to do the whole process properly. So we started with claying the windshield with the gray clay bar and with the diluted ecosmart. After that we applied even more ecosmart and we did some gentle gliding with the glass scraper to remove all stubborn contamination from the glass surface. Then we went polishing V36 on the green Quantum Hex Logic Pad on the Bigfoot Polisher, and as we could see, it was surprisingly how much contamination was there left on the paint that we still have removed. Then it was time to clean the glass with the Streak Free Windowclean and with the red and the blue soft weave towels, the Waffle weave towels. Then it was time for a extra wipe with IPA to make sure that alcohol will remove all potential particles, whatever is there on the paint, just remove it. And then we moved on with 2 layers of Hydroview on the left side of the windshield. The right side is untreated. As you can see the results, it's working really, really well. I expect to do it like this to have results for easily 4 to 6 months if you do 2 layers. If you're gonna do a 1 layer only, it will be probably 2 to 3 months. And if you're gonna do only the Hydroview based on top of your windshield, so more or less you use your Hydroview as a glass cleaner plus, then I would expect you to have like 3 to 4 weeks of result, according to my own measurements that I've tested the product myself. So I hope this video guides you in how to protect your windshield, which is really good in the colder and wetter time of years. So especially now when it's winter time, to have clear view always. You will also encounter when it's freezing outside that frost will be created less on the treated surfaces. And of course with raining as well. So when the Fiat 500 is doing that speed, so let's say 50, 60 kilometers an hour or faster, the drops of the rain will probably haze away to the top of the windshield and move away over the roof. So that makes it a lot easier to use, and with that you have to use your wipers less as well. I hope you like this video. If you do so, give it a thumbs up. Also be sure to follow the Chemicalguys.Eu YouTube channel. We are uploading in-depth detailing videos every Thursday. So if you like this and you like to follow us and don't miss out on information we'll share with you, subscribe to the Chemicalguys.Eu YouTube channel and hit the bell icon so you'll be updated ASAP once we load up on Thursdays. If you got some questions, have some infos, whatever you want to share with us, or you have some ideas on detailing you'd like to see Jordi and me doing a video about, email us info@chemicalguys.eu, chat with us over the website or over the web app service, web WhatsApp service. Yeah, and we'll here to help you and support you in your needs for detailing and car care. Thank you very much for watching this video. See you in the next episode. Bye bye.